He was my boyfriend, and I loved him. I had only known Jonathan for 7 months. How can you possibly think I could have done it? I'm not a murderer. I didn't kill him. Why would I kill him? When I got the phone call from his mom that night, and she told me what happened, I was devastated. He wasn't supposed to die. He had his whole life ahead of him. Jonathan didn't deserve this, and I don't deserve this either. How could you accuse me of killing the love of my life? I shouldn't have to stand here and defend myself. He's dead. I'm as sad as anyone, but nothing you do will bring him back. I could end up just like him. My life cut short because of you. I shouldn't spend my life in prison just because you need someone to blame.
Is she innocent or guilty? Remember, we need to make a decision based on the facts.
Honestly, I think it's pretty obvious.
Are they merciless? I can't believe they accused this innocent woman in the first place.
They accused her because he was found dead in her apartment. It had to have been her. There were no other possible solutions.
What are you saying? You think she actually killed him? There is no evidence.
That's true. There are other possibilities. It could have been suicide.
They said he was murdered.
But it could have been self-defense.
I don't believe in self-defense. No matter the motive, a murderer should be punished.
I had nothing against him. I didn't have any reason to do anything that would hurt Jonathan.
What if she's completely innocent? Then she deserves no punishment.
Is there any proof that she's innocent?
She appears innocent.
That's not evidence. Either she killed him or she didn't. What we need to do is decide if she's guilty.
This is ridiculous! That I'm here defending myself when I had nothing to do with the killing. You get in your little groups and play God while innocent people who were at the wrong place at the wrong time suffer.
What gives us the right to decide what happens to her?
The right? This is the justice system.
You're not opposed to justice, are you?
I just don't want to be hasty.
Justice is only a problem for the guilty.
It isn't right to let a murderer go free. But if we convict her wrongly, an innocent person suffers.
So you'd rather have a killer running around. She deserves death row. What if we let her go free and 2 weeks later a child turns up dead? You want to talk about the innocent suffering? That blood would be on our hands.
True. Justice is about protecting society, but it's also about protecting the accused. We can only convict her justly if we're certain she's guilty.
And we can only do that if we look at the facts. So she must have had something against the guy if she murdered him.
She said she loved him.
Yes, but that could have easily been a lie. And there are no other possible scenarios.
I really did love him. I would have never tried to take Jonathan out of my life.
Actually, Rachel is probably innocent. Think about it. She doesn't have a motive for killing him. And if she were guilty, she'd plead self-defense. She didn't do it, and I believe her.
The ones who accused her are the guilty ones.
No, the murderer is the guilty one.
It's not Rachel. Who is it?
It is Rachel. She's the only suspect, and everything we know leads back to her.
That's true. I guess Rachel makes the most sense in this case.
Put yourself in her place.
I would never be in her place. I worked hard and got a college education. She was probably on drugs or something.
So that's what this is about?
What?
That's why you're so eager to accuse an innocent woman? That's why you want to make her suffer?
No, she just doesn't want to let a murderer go unpunished.
I'm just saying that we don't know everything about her, but it seems likely that she killed him.
A lack of education doesn't make her a killer, but I guess I see your point.
Exactly. All the evidence is against her.
Face the facts. His body was found dead in her apartment, and it was confirmed to be a murder. All the evidence we know leads back to her. There's nothing you can do about it. She killed him, and there's no other possible solution.
Agreed.
Why don't you believe me? Why can't you believe me?
Even if she killed him, people make mistakes. Show mercy.
Murder is a big mistake, and there are consequences.
Crime must be punished. All in favor?
You call this justice?
I speak, and I'm not heard. I get pushed around a little more than I should, considering the nice kid that I am. When I decide to simply step away from the situation, you then, and only then, take notice of me. You call me a drama queen. A drama queen for not wanting to be around people who don't listen to what I have to say. Why does everyone listen to you anyway? You are heard, and when you're ignored, you can't understand why. I'm the nice one. I'm the one that's smart and generous and sympathetic. You tear others down. You tear me down. I'm the good listener. Maybe it's because I've had so much practice. All I ever do is hear you talk. I wish that I could say I feel better having said all of this, but I can't, because you weren't listening.
Life doesn't want you to succeed. It hits you down hard off the bat and throws expectations at you after just a few years. School is a place life takes advantage of. It throws reality at you when you're just so young. In some places, expectations are low, but in some, they're really high. Nobody has it easy, and in the end, life loses and death wins. When life is over and death begins, you can find peace. But one thing life teaches you is that there's one thing you need to know to be happy.
I wonder if I asked a certain amount of people to pick a circle or a square, which would the majority of them choose? I'm sure a square, but why? Circles are smooth and round and different from all the others. But a square? A square has edges. Sharp edges. Edges that could easily cut you. If you don't understand what I'm trying to say, let me put it in less metaphorical terms. Why do we, as a human race, go for the things that are dangerous, that are scary? We complain about all the casualties and we watch the news disgusted, yet we are the reason why all this happens. We are the reason why kids died when all they were trying to do was get an education. We are the reason why people get their hands on guns and drugs. We are the reason why people are depressed and suicidal. Open your eyes. Look at the world we've created. The world we've created for us kids and the kids after us. Do you really want to live in a world full of squares?
News is everywhere. It's everywhere. It's on TV, it's in our phones. News is important. Yeah, it's why we have freedom of press. We must have it. But news isn't always happy. In fact, news is almost always depressing. New subject. Happiness is contagious. Yeah, it sounds crazy, but it is actually scientifically proven happiness is contagious. So doesn't that mean that sadness, depression is contagious too? People are showered with news constantly. With a phone, you can see billions of stories and facts, most likely sad, hateful things in less than a second. And humans are ignorant. From birth, we find the world perfect. So now when we see the sadness of the world, it doesn't come slowly. Those billions of stories and facts come crashing down all at once. In our society, sometimes we like to see sad things because it makes us feel lucky. Thank God that isn't happening to me, but we cannot keep on doing this. Depression and suicide rates have gone up immensely, and I am not saying it is all due to news, but I am saying a lot of it is due to the constant push on depressing things. And if we don't start focusing on the happy, uplifting aspects of life, no one will see the bright side of anything ever again.
Doink. Doink, doink. Doink, doink. Doink, doink. Doink, doink. Hi, Katie. I'm Sharon. I'm gonna be your doctor today. Why? Because we have to keep you healthy. Why? Because it's flu season and we don't want you getting sick. Why? Because I have a habit of not wanting to kill my patients. Why? Mom, this is just a routine checkup, so it'll only be about 30 minutes.
Great. Also, Katie's been complaining about some stomach aches. I figured it wouldn't hurt to run a couple extra tests.
Okay, so Katie, just lift up your sleeve. Why? Just to check your blood pressure, sweetie.
Why?
To make sure you don't die, and I swear, if you say 4K. Ooh, fancy. That's a little squishy. Mom! Sharon's trying to cut off my arm! Okay, blood pressure is normal. Let's have a look at your ears. All good. Okay, now your eyes. Follow my finger, sweetie. Follow the finger. You should see an optometrist about that. Okay, how about your mouth? Open up and say, ah. Ooh. Here is a breath mint, sweetie.
I told you to brush your teeth.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, my manicure! I just got this done.
Katie, I told you fingers are friends, not food. Say it with me. Fingers are friends, not food.
Okay, I'm gonna go get a Band-Aid. I'll come back with these tests in a few.
So, the weather's kind of nice. Supposed to rain tomorrow.
Okay, so it does appear that you have a minor stomach problem that is affecting your digestive system.
Oh my god, I knew it! I'm dying! Mom! Go into my bedroom. Under the bed, you will see a box. Burn it!
It's okay, sweetie. You're not dying. We're just gonna give you a little shot.
Mommy, tell her I don't need a shot.
Honey, you'll be fine. Most of the time you don't even notice the shot.
What about Mom? You tell Katie a little story.
Well then, honey, look into my eyes. Do you want to hear a story about the time I lost you in a Walmart in Wanzhou? Why? So I took you to the Walmart because I needed to buy a travel-size spray bottle that I could take on the plane. As I was boarding the plane, I noticed the spray bottle was still full, meaning I never sprayed you, and you never behaved that well. So I finally realized you were missing, went back to the Walmart, and there you were.
Okay, sweetie, all done.
Aren't you gonna offer me a lollipop?
Frankly, I don't think you deserve one. Have a good day.
That doctor's weird.
She's such a psycho!
Good thing I raised you right.
Have you ever wanted something really badly, but had no chance of getting it in the near future? Some people want equality. Some people want world peace. And some people just want to help others. It may take some time, but it is possible to achieve said goals. Although it won't be easy. There are people out there with different opinions who may not want to see your ideas through. Although it is important to keep an open mind, it is also important to retaliate. It is important to make things right. It is important to fight in what you believe in, because doing so will lead to happiness. And happiness is the one goal that we all need to achieve.
To be or not to be? That is the question. But is it really? I mean, we all be. We get up in the morning, do some sort of routine, go to work, get home, do another bedtime routine, then go to sleep and do it again the next day. Very rarely do you find someone without some sort of typical day. But don't you get bored of typical days? I mean, don't you ever just want to leave on a spontaneous adventure to the Amazon, or pull a prank on an unsuspecting sister by filling her Oreos with toothpaste, or, I don't know, do something worth doing for a change? There doesn't have to be a reason behind our every actions. Sometimes you just have to let go. We can't always be perfect. Besides, who wants to be anyways? With perfection comes expectations, and with expectations come pressure. So yeah, we be. But do we really live?
Hi, how are you? Today I'm going to be talking to you about something smooth on the outside and sour and juicy on the inside. That's right, I'm going to be talking to you about grapes. Now I know what you're thinking. Is this it seriously coming up here to talk to me about grapes? Yeah, deal with it. Grapes are smooth, but when you bite into them, they're sour and juicy on the inside. Kind of like people. Except people aren't sour or purple, I think. I mean, I've never bit into a person. I'm assuming they don't taste very good. I also don't think they're purple. I mean, I could just be colorblind, but I mean, pretty sure people aren't purple. But whatever, because people are grapes.
Oh no, this storm is closing in. Oh no, I'm not gonna make it. Ah! No, I died.
Oh, my sweet little Piper Wiper. It's just one game.
Stop calling me Piper Wiper.
Oh, sweetie, I know it's hard to understand, but there's more to life than Fortnite. And you know what's an even harder game? Pac-Man. You know, in my days, we didn't have those fun things. We played Pac-Man. We would go off to the arcade with all of our allowance and play for hours. We actually interacted, unlike you kids nowadays. You know what? I'm going to take you to the arcade and we'll play.
An arc what? My phone is right here. Let's just download it.
No, sweetie. You need to experience it for yourself. In the olden days.
Okay, Mom, I get it. But I haven't won a battle royale yet, so you'll have to wait till I win.
You disrespectful child. You shall do as your mother says.
What's this machine thingamajig?
This, my Piper, is the machine that will take you back to the good old 80s.
What's this cool sorty thingy? We actually have to pay? Fortnite's free at least.
Shush it, Ryan child. It's only 25 cents. Welcome to Pac-Man.
Why Pac-Man? What even is Pac-Man? What is happening to me? Ew, it's this yellow puking bird of an outfit.
3, 2, 1, let the games begin.
Oh, where's my gun? This creepy pink thing's trying to eat me. Ew, your breath stinks.
Hey, that was offensive. You know, I feel so
so misunderstood. It's almost like I'm invisible.
Well, you are a ghost, so you kind of are.
Only 2 lives left.
Wait, you're telling me I have to win this stupid game even though I don't know how?
Yes.
Well, how do I win?
You must collect all the dots with the 2 lives that you have left. If you run into the ghost, you die. Good luck. Your next round begins in 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, you want to fight me, Ghost? Come at me.
Oh, try me. Also, I recommend moving because I'm about to get you.
Thanks for the tip. I also won't be seeing you soon.
I'm gonna get you.
Only 3 more dots left. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom.
I'm gonna catch you, you know.
Nom 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 nom. I win!
I've never gotten beaten before, especially by someone who has never even heard of Pac-Man.
Wow, that was actually hard. Sorry for not listening to you.
It's okay. Now why don't you teach me how to play that night fort game?
It's Fortnite, Mom.
I love you too.
Our daily lives revolve around knowing what to expect, knowing what's coming next. An unambiguous pathway guides us through each second, each minute, each hour of every day of every month of every year. It's not all the same, but we know what to expect. But sometimes we don't know what's after now. Could be a small change in your scheduling that throws you off for the day, but nothing drastic. And then there are those changes that throw your whole life off track. These changes will try to break you down and drag you into a hole you can't dig yourself out of. You can't let it. No matter how vigorously it affects your life, you can't let it. You gotta search your brain and find something that changed your life for the better and hold on to it. Hold on to that surge of happiness every time it crosses your mind. Feel it and visualize it like it was yesterday. And while you're doing that, remind yourself, everything is gonna work out.
So much to do, not enough time to do it. What am I gonna do? Just relax. How can I relax? Once I was working really hard and I thought, hey, I'm doing a great job. Then I looked down on Earth and I realized I caused a bit of an overpopulation problem.
What do you mean a bit?
Let's just say I had to make a lot of murderers, a lot of serial killers, and a few mafia leaders.
I do remember having to work extra hard that one summer.
I need a break. Your job sounds so much easier, Death. All you have to do is write down deaths. Compared to life, I have to do so much. I have to work on the daily, make sure life's
Okay. If I hear you complain about how tough and time-consuming and stressful working is, one more time, I will change your plans. I will wipe out the human race. After Atlantis, you didn't complain for a decade. And then, when the workload was too much for you, I worked overtime so you could catch some Z's. But then, you just complained on how the Black Death was too hard on the measly humans, and they needed their lives and their family members, which they didn't even love because—
Okay. I get it. Jeez.
Well, I mean, maybe we could just stop for a day or two. There's nothing urgent happening in the next few days. The overdue earthquake isn't due for another month.
Okay, but what about the mothers that are suffering from belated birth? What about the people on death row who should be dying of electricity? What if one of the countries nukes another country, which we all know is going to happen soon, and the people don't die, so they just become these weird zombie things?
Okay, the probability of any of that happening in the next few minutes is insane. Just sit down.
Did you forget how the dinosaurs became extinct?
Not this again.
You wanted to take a quick break, and we got into a bit of an argument, and you threw a rock at me.
Well, I didn't hit you, did I?
Yeah, you hit Earth.
Why me? Of all extraordinary beings, of immense power, why can't I just be Zeus?
People don't believe in Zeus anymore.
So?
He's retired, living in Florida.
Why can't people just stop believing in death? That way, I won't have to deal with such a childish, needy, problematic, annoying, and...
Whoa. I am kind, independent, and most importantly, responsible. Sweater! Get it, kill it.
Responsible.
Listen, remember that couple that we met at the beginning of creation retreat?
Yes.
They spent the whole time arguing over who ate the apple first.
What's your point?
They were arguing the entire time.
Which is basically what we do.
Right. Death?
What?
When's the last time you checked on Earth?
I don't know, a minute ago?
Oh no.
Oh no, what?
Remember that whole nuke thing?
Zombie people?
Zombie people.
Back to work then.
Hey, son. Can I talk to you for a second? Look, since I'm the moon, I always get the night shift, and it's not fair. You're always the star of the show, and I'm just a crescent or sometimes nothing. See? You get all the credit even though I do half of the work. You always say I couldn't handle the day shift because I'm not hot or bright enough, which is really offensive, by the way, because personally, I do think I'm somewhat smart and pretty. Look, I think it's time for a change. What if I took over? I mean, you already have enough attention since you are the center of the solar system, so why not just let me take care of Earth? I mean, if it weren't for me, there would be no tides at all and a lot of angry surfers. The people land on me first, not you, and not to mention, they even named a dance after me, the moonwalk. So it's about time you appreciate... Oh, what's that? Oh, you still don't think I should handle the day shift? You want to fight? Because I'll show you stars, you big giant gas bag. Well, technically I can't fight you because you're 95 million miles away, but you know what? You didn't hit me either, so let's call it a tie.
It's lonely being me. I'm constantly in pain, yet I don't feel physical pain. I am numb to the world around me that continues to change, yet I stay the same. There's always this dry feeling in the back of my throat. And I can never quench that terrible thirst that just won't go away. I haven't slept in months. I don't eat food because the mere flavor of it disgusts me. I can't even look at the mirror in myself because I'm afraid of what I'll see or if I'll even see anything in that reflection. But through all of my darkness came a light. There was a girl that I loved. I won't speak her name, but she made me feel alive. With her, suddenly that coldness deep inside of me melted into a burning fire of love. But that awful thirst got the best of me. I let it get the best of me. I just couldn't stop that craving. With my newly grown fangs, I leaned over and drain the blood from her, biting her neck. No, no, no! I didn't want to hurt anybody, especially her. But I did, and she's gone now. Eternity starts to feel unbearable when you're spending it alone. Roaming the streets at night with no purpose, no place to go, only me and my thoughts. Just trying to get rid of that thirst that makes you do horrible things that you don't want to do, but you have to. I have to.
Do you believe in God? Like that there's some crazy person controlling the world? I don't know if I believe in God. If God is out there, do you really think he cares about us, stupid human beings? Since the universe is infinite, are there an infinite amount of gods? Or is there just one God, managing to split himself up through time and space? When you think about a job like that, our lives seem pretty insignificant. What's the point of our lives? Some people work hard to make their living, even though they know it'll only last a couple seconds. Some people strive to be the best they can be, so they may be admitted to paradise called heaven. Some people live because they don't know what else to do. I wonder what I will do with my life. What if life is just a test? A test to see if we are truly good people. What if every step you take, every thought you think, and everything you say is being judged? How does that make you feel? Do you think God is watching us? Do you think he's judging us? Do you think he cares about us? Do you believe in God? I don't like the feeling of being insignificant.
Dude, Brad just came up to me and was so annoying. He actually asked me if I wanted to go to his bar mitzvah.
How is that annoying?
I don't want to go. How do you think I would?
Maybe he was trying to reach out to you and try to connect.
No way. I said, no, I don't like you. Why can't you just go away? So I slumped off. Seriously, what a drama queen. Tomorrow I'm going to tell me to hang out with us anymore.
You can't do that, Luke.
Yeah, I can. It'll be fine if we kick him out.
No. If we kick him out, he'll have no friends. That's just cruel.
That's not my problem.
Don't you even have a sense of empathy?
Chase, it's middle school.
Middle school can be what we make it. It doesn't have to be defined by others.
It kinda does.
You just don't get it, do you, Luke?
I don't have to get anything. You may like him, but I don't, so he has to go.
Why? Why doesn't anyone understand? Am I the only one? I can't be! No, I'm not. Because there are other kids. Other kids who are outcasts! And are lonely and are sad because no one will go up to them and ask them if they want to hang out. And even people who pretend to have a friend group, but really no one cares about them. Why? Why? It's because of the people that think they are better than others, but you are not! When you ruin someone's day by tearing them down, or insulting them, or saying that they'll never amount to be anything else than anyone, you are committing a crime. And you just don't care. You're hurting people. How are you okay with that? Or is it that you just don't get it? People aren't tools or things to attack. They're real, live human beings. Why can't you understand?
Everyone always tells me how the world isn't fair. And it's not. And who knows if it ever will be. Who knows if women will ever get equal pay? Who knows if people of a different race will ever be treated equally by society? I don't think the world will ever join together and be one. And I'm not necessarily a pessimist. I just think that if the world was going to change, it would have changed already. I feel like life is stuck. Like we're just going in circles. Like it's not moving anywhere. And I know one day the world will change. Maybe for the worse, or maybe for the better. But when will anyone understand that nothing is fair, and nothing happens by coincidence? But what if I'm all wrong, and the world is just fine how it is, and I'm the only one who can't accept it? I just wish I could understand.
There's this boy that I know. He's one of those people that your parents warn you about. He created this reputation, this surface for himself that you couldn't quite see through. And he did things like make fun of you and tear you down, all because he felt like it. Now you hear this and you think, he must be insecure. But then you meet him and he is so sure of himself. So sure that no matter what you say back to him actually mattered. He's trying to show you how he's feeling, but it's too hard to get past the twisted tongue that he had. You had to sit and you had to watch, but most of all you had to listen. And that's what I did. And do you know what I realized? I realized that he was one of the most intelligent people I've met in my entire life. He was so intelligent that he realized how much he didn't know. He could sit at home for hours thinking about math theorems and literature. He had the mind of a 40-year-old man, but the emotion of a teenage boy. And that can be dangerous. You see, most kids, they have this screen with their version of the world on their side and the reality of the world on the other. And somehow, some way, he got trapped on the wrong side. And he's just trying to cope with it all, and he's almost there, but he's not quite getting it right. You see, he can call you fat, but what people don't know is that he's anorexic. And I don't understand. And I want to understand so badly. You see, perception is key. It didn't matter what his true intentions of what he was saying was if you perceived it wrong. And this makes me want to scream, and it makes me want to yell because you were wrong. All of you were wrong about him. Every single one of you. Can't you tell that he's hurting? He sees things from the time you're born to the time you die. He didn't care about the living part of it all because he was just trying to survive. I saw this quote on the internet and it blew me away. It said that the mind is a powerful force. It can either empower you or enslave you. And it just made me think that his mind was sort of like a weapon. You see, there will always be two sides to a person, no matter what. There are no exceptions. You think you know somebody, you don't. You will never really know somebody. There's always something that they're holding back from you, that they're holding back from themselves. Wilde once said that every sinner has a future and every saint has a past. And I believe that he can. He can have a future. He just needs to hold on to that part of him a little while longer.
Here's what's going to happen. After we interrogate you with some questions, we will decide whether or not you will go to heaven or hell. What? Why doesn't anyone understand this? I am God. He is Satan. You will decide whether or not you will go to heaven or hell. Wait. We're dead?
Yeah, you guys were at the zoo and Daniel got bumped by some dude who's like 300 pounds or something into the Komodo dragon exhibit. You jumped in trying to help, and you tried to fight it.
A lizard killed us?
No.
Well, wait, so what the ambulance crashed? On purpose. What? Why? Jeff stole the driver's hot curly fries at the Treasure Island Bar and Casino a couple of years back. Yeah, sorry about that. But did I beat the big lizard, or like, how did that all end? You know, we will go through your good deeds. Daniel, how did you make the world a better place?
Well, not much. I only donated 97% of all my earnings to charity. And I work at a local homeless shelter every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 9 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night.
Did you even have to learn?
Of course! I spent a couple years back in an Iraqi hospital healing the sick. Now sure, I got malaria, dysentery, and Ebola. All in the same week. But when they smiled at the end of the day, it was all worth it.
I remember that trip. It was so funny.
I was bleeding out of every pore.
Yeah, dude, even I think that's messed up, and I'm Satan. Daniel, did you ever do something that wasn't Nobel Prize worthy?
Dude, be quiet. I personally think you were not too shabby when you were alive. Now on to you, Jeffrey Nathan Peterson. Tell me a bit about yourself. How did you contribute to everyone's well-being on the planet Earth?
Well, I said pretty please and thank you to the sky.
Roscoe.
I said pretty please and thank you to Roscoe a couple times. Yeah, I was so nice to Roscoe.
Jeff, Roscoe was a black market endangered animal dealer. He sold kangaroos to children as bouncy cats.
No. That was Raphael. I wasn't polite to him. He worked with Roscoe and sold him. I'm not quite sure what he sold him, but Roscoe, I mean, he hooked me up. I couldn't help but be respectful to the guy who got me so many exotic endangered animal furs.
Alright, where do you think he got those furs exactly?
Yeah, I think we can be done.
No. Okay, so then there's this other time, right? So I went to a high-school dog shelter. I felt like being a good person. I had extra space in my house. Pretty promising. Yeah, so I walked in and I helped put down all the dogs.
Thanks, Mr. Peterson. I don't think I need to hear anymore. Your questioning is done. Thoughts?
I like this guy. I want him in my room.
Great job, dude. You blew it. They haven't even asked for sins yet, and you've already sold your soul to the devil.
All right, let's discuss moments of weakness. What sins did you commit during the course of your life? Daniel?
The year was 1998. I went to the local bakery, and my mom said I could pick out anything. But it could only be one treat. She gave me a $5 bill, and I bolted over to that store like the Flash. But then, I gave in to greed, and I bought 2 cake pops instead of 1.
That's it?
Thank you for working up the courage to confess that.
Okay, Jeffrey,
for Jeff to make a decision. Sweet. See, I'm crushing this. They don't even care about the time for the old lady down the stairs. I just wanted the first piece of the wedding cake. Chill.
You don't really get what's going on here, do you?
Yeah, I do. I'm awesome, and you're not.
I can't believe I always helped you on Earth. I was always there for you. Who got you reinstated at the Pentagon? Who got you out of that resort center that we both know is just a trap for an underground fight club? I've always been there for you.
Oh yeah, that place is nice. I mean, friends.
Forget it.
Alright, we're finished. You must achieve a 75% or higher on your LAT or life accumulation test to proceed to heaven. Daniel, you have scored a 99.7%. Congratulations, you're going to heaven. Jeff. You scored a 66.6%.
Let's go! That's like a D plus, right? Good enough to pass? Okay. See, I'm going to heaven.
Dude, you're going to hell.
Well, bye.
No, sit down. Can you give us a minute? Look, I don't exactly want to go without you, even if it is to a perfect place of paradise. On Earth, even when you were trying to sabotage my life plan, we were always great friends. You even died for me at the zoo.
Yeah, I mean, that's true, I guess. If we weren't so close, we would be together. Right?
Yeah.
Hey, can you guys hurry up? I have a hot date in, 30 minutes ago.
Okay. I've made a decision. I hope this isn't stupid, but I've decided I don't want to go without my best friend. If we're going to spend eternity somewhere, why not spend it together? I'll go to hell with Jeff, too.
I mean, you can do that?
You're right, that is stupid, but I'm in no place to judge you. Other than the fact I'm judging you. Okay.
Oh, wait. I can't let you do that. You were a pretty good guy on Earth, and I was less. Understatement. Anyway, go ahead, man. It's not your fault that I was. I'm not quite sure the word I would use to describe myself.
Evil? Paul?
No. Anyways, go ahead, man. Have fun. Enjoy the rest of your afterlife, okay? Okay, so now I'm still leaving because God obviously won't change his mind and let me and my best friend go to heaven.
Jeffrey!
Nathan Peterson. Okay. Because of your selfless care and devotion to your best friend, we have decided to give you a second chance. You'll be reincarnated and live your life fully again. To which at one point, when you die, you will be reunited with your best friend. Really? My decision is final.
This is great. You can be a good person this time.
Yeah, I mean, I've already done this life thing. How hard can it be?
Yeah, don't forget you have to go through puberty again, alright?
I'm sorry, I changed my mind. Anything is better than puberty.
Wow. High school. Just a few more days of the 8th grade and I'll be off to high school. Time passes by so fast. I remember the first day of the 6th grade. I knew nobody. I was alone the first couple of weeks. And of course, I eventually made my first few friends. But the 6th grade was the hardest year of middle school for me. It was the year when I realized that I wasn't a kid anymore. I was finally growing up.
times are much simpler as a kid. I mean, I would come home from school and go to the park and play with my friends, and we would run around the condo playing tag. Or I would play stuffed animals or hours. I didn't have a worry in the world. But now, once I get home, it's homework, homework, homework. And then Netflix. Now, the only worry that I have is letting go of the past. I always want to go back to being a kid again. But I have to learn that life's about moving forward and being in the moment. I guess I'm no longer a kid anymore.
Hey, it's been 10 days since you've talked to me. No nod in the hall, no small talk before class. Nothing. You have managed to completely ignore me since last Friday, and it feels like forever. I miss our long walks by the beach and nightly rants. We used to be so close. You had my back, and I had yours. And right about now, it's hitting me how much I need you back in my life. You know I'm bad at making friends, and you were basically the only one there for me. Hopping from group to group as you make your choice is not going to work out for me this time, especially because of your latest choice, the popular group. You are going to be pressured into things you do not want to do. I'm scared for you.
Endings are hard for me, to say the least. Whether it's ending a book, or a television show, or even the school year, I always feel down. And I always remind myself, don't worry, Alex. You'll see them again sometime, and for the most part, it's true. However, I do get that feeling that, what if this is the last time I'll ever see them? Throughout all of elementary school, I would cry at the end of the year because I knew I would miss my friends, my teachers, and my adventures there. I expect that I'll cry leaving MBMS as well. But this will be the last time I will be sad. After this, I will have no more melancholy endings. No more sad or dark thoughts. So, as I leave Manhattan Beach Middle School's drama elective and MBMS itself, I will go with my head held high and proud, without a shred of worry or regret. Endings are hard for me.
Hello, my name is Allie, an official angel of decision on the shoulder.
Hi, not nice to meet you. I'm Hazel, or Sadie for short.
The paper says we're assignment buddies. Nice to meet you, partner. We're assigned to a person named Jim.
Aren't you so cheerful? I can't believe I'm going to be spending an eternity with somebody who sweats sugar.
Come on, let's start. We have the newest technology. We can see everything the person sees and still goes off in their head, but the person isn't here.
Like we didn't already know that?
I smell smoke.
A burning building? Perfect. Let them burn.
Look, there's two people in that building. Jim has to do something.
What? No, don't put that thought in his head.
We're a team. Let's go near the building to tell Jim to save them.
Okay, but it's only because I'm going to go near the flames. It won't remind me of home.
We're so different. Save them, come on.
Wait, stop.
Why? You agreed to help them.
Never really agreed.
Look, the building fell all because of you.
Wow, look who has the fire now. It's not my fault the building collapsed. Besides, if we left him in there, what do you think could have happened?
I can't believe you're my partner. You are the devil.
Thank you very much. You fired me.
Ha, ha. Seriously, you ruined my whole plan.
Your plan? And what was that to? Dance around rainbows and unicorns?
No, that's only on birthdays.
Why did you in the first place?
No, Somebody named Swift Taylor, I think. You mean Taylor Swift? I love her music. Listen. Wow, she is good. I guess we do have something in common. I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Dude, I know, right? Jazzercising will never end.
Action! Alright, Jazzers, let's get jazzy! Alright, we're gonna start with the stomp clap. Are you ready?
Yeah!
Alright, let's go! 3, 2, 1. Stomp, clap, 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 stomp, clap. Alright, time to hit the shuffle. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah!
Alright, let's go! 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You know what time it is. It's time to dig the hole. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Dig the hole. Dig, dig the hole. Dig the hole. Dig. Cut!
We can't get this wrong, or we'll all get fired. Stucky, tell Stuart what he's doing wrong.
Stuart. Your jazzercise isn't jazzy enough.
What? Did you even see her?
I didn't see her, and she's much better than you. Come on, guys, she's a natural. All right.
Alright, jazzers, let's get jazzy. We start the stomp clap. You ready?
Yeah!
Are you ready?
Yeah!
Alright, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Stomp, clap, 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 stomp, clap. Alright, time for the shuffle. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, clap. 1, 2, 3, clap. 1, 2, 3, clap. Cut!
Stuart, what have you been doing? You look like a chicken with his head cut off. Guide me with the spoon.
I don't know, man. Seems like I'm doing exactly what you guys are doing. You think I'm ruining everything. Yeah, because you are. Stuart, I want you to know that no matter what happens out there, you will never, ever be as good as I am. I mean, Richard Simmons is like my second cousin twice removed, so jazzercising is practically in my blood. So natural for me to be so much better than everybody else, you know?
Jazzercising is like grapes. Or you don't. They're like oranges. You either eat the peel or you don't. Jazzercising is the cornucopia of all this. Our 2018 art pictures will be in the Hall of Fame.
Moving on, Stuart. I'm sorry, but he's doing it all wrong. I'm a bit rusty. Let me oil up the gears, nod the head, stretch those lines. But not Stuart. He's not good enough.
We need to leave him out of the group. I want the tone. Stuart! We've decided to kick you out of the group.
But Stumpy, I've known you for all these years. Now you're just gonna kick me out?
It's not good enough.
What? And she is? Hey, jealousy is so not a good look on you. You wanna see what I got? I'll show you what I got. All by myself, I don't want to live by myself anymore. All by myself. back.
Thanks, Jessica. I had a great time. We will definitely do this again.
Or at least in the morning. Do you ever feel like someone is watching your every move? Just creeping down the hallway after you? Like there are security cameras in every place you can imagine, just looking for you. People watching you is a very common feeling, and it can sometimes be unnerving and scary. That's why you need People Repellent. It keeps the bad influences out.
Jessica!
What the hell?
Don't dodge my question, Dashi. Who is Jessica?
She's my soul cycle instructor.
Oh, that's so sweet. You're trying to stay fit for me.
Trying to stay fit? I'm fine.
You're okay.
What the hell are you doing here?
Well, you stopped responding to my calls, so I went to your house and you didn't answer the door. I even used all 27 different keys. I mean, who changes the lock 28 times, Dashi? Anyway, I hit up your mom and she said you were here, so I could just have you see me.
No!
I know you're just looking, but it's okay. I'm here now.
Look, we broke up 2 months ago. I don't want to see you. It's a minivan.
I get that you were scared that you were gonna lose me because like I'm like perfect and you're like but I don't have eyes for you. Okay, look, I get that things were a little bumpy and they didn't really turn out like we wanted it to.
Like you wanted it to.
And even though all you did was play Fortnite 24/7, I still really want to try again. So can we please try again?
No.
Why?
You cheated on me.
I didn't cheat on you. I just had the same relationship we had with a different person and didn't tell you.
You see, that's called cheating.
Potato. Okay, come on, I know you want me back.
No, I really don't.
Give me one good reason.
I'll give you 2 on top of the fact that you cheated on me. First of all, you killed my grandmother.
I did. Last time, didn't kill your grandma. Killed your grandma's cat.
My grandmother doesn't have a cat. And 2, did you really think I was playing Fortnite 24/7? I mean, who does that?
Well, duh, what else have you been doing in there all day?
Cleaning my Barbie collectibles.
Barbie collectibles?
No. And the main reason I don't want you back is because I'm...
With Jessica. Oh, I mean, I don't know why I thought it would be a good job to stay in the car for 3 days.
Okay, so I'm not with Jessica. I'm not. No, you see, I'm gay. Yeah.
Speaking of your work. Bravery is a term that confuses me. The definition of to be brave is courageous behavior or character. I'm called brave a lot, and I don't understand why. I mean, I guess I have this disease that changed my life entirely, but why is that brave? It's my life now, and it's pretty minor to me. It's like the background music you listen to when you do your homework. Yet, to some people it's major. They say, oh my gosh, I can never do that, you're so brave. Brave. But why that word? You're able to take on the obstacles that life throws at you, and you are not brave. Yet I do the same, and I am. Bravery is a term that needs to be used carefully. Maybe a compliment, but to some people,
It's an insult.
Oh, look. Jessica said that no one at school likes you. It's true. You're just a nobody. Another comment. Emma said that you have more flags than her grandma. You're fat. You're ugly.
You know that's not true. They're probably just jealous of you.
No. You're a fat pig. You just make life worse for everyone around you. Don't listen to that. You should starve yourself so you can finally look like those popular girls at school. Food just makes you more fat, and you don't want to get any bigger, don't you?
No, of course not.
The therapist said that you are already starving yourself more than you should. Enough damage has been done.
Why am I starving myself? Because I just want to be pretty like everyone else.
Food just makes me more fat. No matter how much I try, I'm still ugly.
Look at me. I'm not thin.
Keep eating. You can't starve yourself. Deep down, you know if you keep doing this, you can really hurt yourself. You know you have an eating disorder,
but I'm still fat.
You're right. You are not thin enough. Look, you can't even wrap your hands around your arm. That's a major issue. Look at your stomach. Too many wrinkles. That sandwich you ate earlier had too many calories in it. Spit it up.
do it! Kara, stop! You need that food. You need food to live. Quiet!
There. Maybe now you won't be so fat.
Nothing's changed. I still look the same.
What's wrong, Kara? Don't you want to be happy?
Yes?
Don't you want to look like all those pretty girls at school? Go back to that toilet and keep growing up. Just shut up!
You need to live your life not feeling guilty of everything you eat. Take a good look at yourself in that mirror. Stare at yourself. Am I happy with how I look? All bony? It's gone past the breaking point.
Everyone at school says I'm fat and ugly.
Do you really want to keep doing this to yourself? I'm so hungry.
But it's worth it because I can't eat or else I'll be too big.
I just want to be thin. And pretty is thin. But why is it so hard?
Kara, you shouldn't be starving yourself. We both know you don't have to be crazy thin to be beautiful. You're perfect just the way you are.
What even is beautiful?
You.
So, there I am. It's late. I'm doing my regular mall shopping experience. Look at the good clothes. Look at the ones I buy. Look at the beautiful clothes. Look at the ones that actually fit people. Then, there I see it, shining in all its beauty. No, not jewelry. Not a famous person at an all-time low. Better than all of those combined. That's right. An Escalator. Now, most people would go up the escalator that's going up. But me, I decided to change humanity that day. That's right. I went up
the down escalator. Now, at first, I thought that there was a chance that I could get to the top. Then gravity hit, and things started to slow down. But I kept on going. I remembered the story of Sisyphus. That dude spent his entire life pushing a rock that fell back down every day. Then it struck me. Am I Sisyphus? Well, I mean, I'm not really a guy, and I don't have that much muscle. Okay, I'm not Sisyphus. I would say about 2/3 of the way there when people started to leave. That's right. The mall was closing. But I knew that all I needed was a bit more time. That's when mall security came. That's when I started to run. I ran as fast as I could. But the mall security dude sped up the escalator. I mean, what a jerk. I was escorted out by a very angry mall security dude. I thought about running back, then I realized I ain't no Sisyphus. I'm gonna go take a nap.
So yeah.
And leave.
Bailey?
Yeah?
I just want to say that your story moved me.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
That's right. That's what's teaching your children. All right. Okay. So the longer I talk, the more I look at the 8th graders. I don't want to look at them. We have a tradition that we give the 8th graders their final bow on the stage, and the 7th graders step back and applaud them. And so it is your chance, 8th graders, to step forward. So, ladies and gentlemen, our 8th graders.